Hello, Monsters Abound here, and welcome to a brand new campaign as High Queen Khalida.
Answer your queen.
Damn rights. Hashtag Queen. That's right, this is going to be the next campaign. I knew there was a lot of conjecture. A lot of people wanted Beastmen, and I am playing a Beastman campaign, but the supporters voted for Beastmen. So if you would like to... that should be out soon, actually. I think we'll put out the Altharian, and then we'll get the first episode of the Torok campaign. In the meantime, if you would like to get early access to that campaign, then you can either become a Patreon supporter or a YouTube member. Either way, you'll get access to that campaign and be able to vote in the polls at the end of each episode. Alternatively, it'll come out later, so don't worry. So playing as the Tomb Kings, because I haven't really played the Tomb Kings in Immortal Empires yet. I really wanted to. They're not my favourite faction, despite the fact that I really like 40k Necrons, who are basically, you know, Tomb Kings, effectively. But I especially love the, oh god, what is it? The thingy in the Divine. It's a black library novel. It's about these two Necron lords that are basically like a bickering married gay couple, like fighting throughout millennia. They're just pissing each other off all the time, but occasionally they have to come together to do something. And they just get on each other's nerves. And it's fucking amazing. And I love that book. And it's genuinely one of the best Black Library books. It's unintentionally fucking hilarious. Or maybe it is intentionally hilarious. I don't know. But it just made me love the Necrons just because they were so fucking funny. They're just like aristocracy who've got nothing better to do. It's great. So we're playing as the Tomb Kings. And High Queen Khalida is probably one of my favourite Tomb Kings, just because. So when Nagash did his big, spell to raise up the Tomb Kings, obviously he wanted them under his control, but the Skaven cut him off in his prime. So the Tomb Kings raised up with like independent will, and understandably there was a little bit of conflict there, because let's say you own a mansion and your family has owned that mansion for generations. And each time one of you died, you just got stuck in, like, the basement. That's fine. But let's say you die. Right. Now, suddenly you wake up. You're in the basement. You're like, oh, shit. I hope the house is okay. But then suddenly, your dad, your granddad, your great-great-granddad, your son, they all pop up as well. And they're like, well, we live here. And you're like, well, I live here as... And suddenly there's like a deeds conflict. Is it? Who's in charge? No one knows. So, of course, everyone started kicking the shit out of each other. Totally understandable. But... This happened for as long until Cetra woke up, because of course Cetra was like the big boy. You didn't mess with Cetra, and Cetra started like knocking heads together until the Tomb Kings were like, okay, we'll go back to sleep. Don't worry about it. Except with Khalida, and he just kind of like pushed a note under her door, going, "Are we cool? Are we? No, we good? We good? They were good, so it's fine." But Khalida is quite the consummate warrioress. And I've not played her since the Tomb Kings came out.
Other and us.
So, well, us indeed. So the Tomb Kings have a bunch of different mechanics. The first is you don't pay your guys because they're dead. That's right, you don't have to... There's no upkeep. Tomb Kings do not have any upkeep. You don't have to pay to upkeep on your units, to recruit them either. Everything's free. However, we do have a unit cap, which means we can only recruit a certain number of units, apart from Skeleton Warriors and Skeleton Spearmen, who are free because they're bad. So, to get more, we need to upgrade buildings, and this will give us more capacity, which is actually a really good mechanic, because a lot of the times there's not really any points building recruitment buildings. In generally, I think the Tomb King mechanic of having unit capacity should be the way forward for Total War. I think it's a much more interesting mechanic than you build the building to recruit the guys at a certain place. I think it's just better to have the... I just think it makes city building much more of a thought-provoking process, rather than I'm just going to slap the same buildings in here than I did the last 50 settlements. So quite like that. Money is a big problem though, because as you can see, we only have an income of 175. Obviously, it's not a huge problem because we have no upkeep, but buildings do cost money, so we do need to get some income somehow. Research-wise as well, we've got like big, long research times for the key techs, and then we can then unlock the rest of the techs, which don't take as long. These do increase research time as well, so we have to be thoughtful about which one we're going to pick first. Now, I'm going to go with... I feel like Khalida's like a shooty girl. So I'm tempted to maybe like go with this. This does give us like extra growth and stuff as well, which might be useful early on. Oh, that could be quite good. Yeah, okay, let's go Wisdom of the Second Dynasty. Also going to give us army capacity, which we don't have by default. We can only have one. I think we can only have one army. Yeah, so currently we've got one of one armies. So nothing costs upkeep, but obviously they don't want you, slapping down 50 lords, stacking skeletons in them, and then going on a rampage, which you could do. We are going to... Do I want Tomb Guards? I mean, it's not the worst choice, so sure. We've got Hatmus. Merry Hatmus. Hatmus he's strong. He's a strong Hatmus. He is... Merry Hat... What the fuck do you care? You're a fucking mummy. Well, I guess you could catch on fire. Okay, we're going to send Merry Hatmus into High Queen Khalida's army. I do not really rate the Hekara magic. It's a bit arse, but we'll just go with it. And obviously, we start off with Lybaras here, but the rest of our province, which I'm assuming is Masatra, Doomglade, and Lemia, which is our capital, is riddled with vampires. And Khalida does not like vampires because her cousin, Neferata, she is the Lemian vampire queen. Khalida and Neferata were cousins. Khalida found out she was a vampire and dueled her. Neferata, had to kill her, but said, don't worry, I'll make you a vampire and you'll be fine. And Khalida was like, nope, and then died out of spite. So, I mean, Khalida, just an absolute queen. Gonna start off with Pyrrhic Victory, seriously. I've got fucking artillery, mate. There's zombies here. What is Auto Resolve okay? Anyway, first battle of a campaign. It's got that brand new campaign battle smell because people get upset when I don't do that. And it smells of dust and bone, I guess. Yes, that big... they were boning everyone. It's quite fun. It's like a big crater, apparently, we find ourselves in. Yeah, it's that. It's different, isn't it? I mean, it's still basically a big open, wide plain, but still. Right, we're going to target the nastiest unit, which is the Grave Guards, with our artillery. We're also harassing them with the Skeleton Horse Archers. Have to be careful, though, because the dire wolves are faster than them and would happily have a bone because they're doggos. Doggos like bones, so I've heard. I'm more of a cat person. Except in Total War, where I love the doggos. I mean, the catos are fine too, but doggos are truly the best. And here they come. Yeah, they really want me. Taking a lot of missile fire as they charge across that open ground, though. We will buff ourselves up with the Jeff's Cursed Blades, which is going to give us more base weapon damage and armor piercing. Not that we really need armor piercing because I don't have any armor or particularly decent weapon damage, but still, that's fine. And we'll charge in there and mop them up. Khalida is advancing forward to meet the vampire. The stupid, sexy snake staff. He immediately tries healing himself up. Should be fine. Knocking out those bats on the left flank there. The Grave Guard, having been severely mauled on their trek across the desert sands, try and chase after the Skeletal Horsemen, but that's not working out for them. So we can just harass them now from range, and they're not looking very happy. It's a big old melee in the centre here as we try and take out that Vampire Lord. who is probably, I mean, taking out a Vampire Lord with your starting army is always a little bit tricky. Of course, we do have the Ushabti with great bows. Basically just ballistae that explode fools. These poor old zombies just exploding into jam. I mean, these guys are good. And they do, like, you know, one shot, one kill. Which is pretty legit. But I'm not sure if they're, like, supposed to be anti-large or if they're just anti-infantry. They're just, like, they have poison attacks and their armor piercing. I mean, they do, you know, they do good damage. There's nothing... They're excellent against siege towers because... Oh, it's sorry, guys, never mind. Because each shot seems to do a lot of siege damage, so you can really take down... If you've got like 2 or 3 units of these guys, a tower will go down in 1 to 2 volleys. And looks like Mr. Vampire has run out of friends. I mean, he had to make them himself in the first place anyway. And he's gonna start disintegrating as soon as he realises that he's all alone. Oh, wrecked face. Good job. I would like the money. And also campaign movement range. Replenishment would get our army back into one piece though. Oh, I'm going to take the cash. I think we need the cash. That's what I'm going to say. Right, we're going to take Doomglade immediately. Does this give us money? Oh, it does give us money. I think trade tariffs and growth, all that kind of good stuff. Fantastic. And we've got some skill points here. So, Khalida does have her own little skill tree. She basically buffs up her archer and sneaky units. So we get things like more average success chance, missile strength for skeleton archers and sepulchral stalkers. And then we get the True Blessing of Asp, which basically means that everyone around her is going to get more missile damage. I forgot she actually had that. We get less attrition. She has less attrition anyway. She gets less attrition on top of that, and regeneration. Lybaras' best is going to be recruit rank and ammunition for skeleton units, which is quite nice, and that is all armies faction wide as well. We get the Legionary Barrage, nice little wind ability. We get the Embodiment of Asp, which is more melee attack and defense for Sepulchral Stalkers and Necropolis Knights. Necropolis Knights are really quite nasty. We also get Warrior Queen, more physical resistance and frenzy. And then because I've got some mods installed as well, we can get things like Unending Volley for our archers and our Ushabti and chariots, I guess, but I'm going to be honest. As much as I want to like the chariots, they're really bad. And the Bone Giant as well. That's right, we can really bone people with a giant. Sentinels of the Gulf is Bone Giant, missile resistance, and reload time reduction. Very nice. Devoted of Asp is bonus for infantry, charge bonus and reload reduction for Sepulchral Stalkers and Necropolis Knights. And Archers of the Eyes is hawkish precision for archer units, and then more range as well for all of them. So basically, we are going big range, particularly for Khalida's army. But we want to get Root Marcher from the get-go. I think she does get a Necro Serpent herself, which is quite nice. So Archers and Cavalry is basically where we're going with that. I'm going to get Replenished Troop with you, because I'm going to be honest, the Nehekara magic is just a bit arse. Can I just order... If I auto-resolve this, am I going to regret it? Probably is the answer. It says medium casualties. That's like most of the army. Yeah, I'm going to fight this one. Very jungly all of a sudden, didn't it? Very, very jungly. Well, as expected, the doggos were chasing after the missile cav. So we'll pick them off, sending Khalida in to harass them, finish them off. Some bats coming in as well. We're just making sure that we don't, you know, suffer an entire half army's worth of damage or something just to slow us down. The auto-resolve does seem to be particularly mean in Warhammer 3. I'm fairly sure it wasn't this bad in Warhammer 2. Like, it had its moments, but Warhammer 3 seems particularly vicious. you're wondering how I'm playing the game while not actually issuing commands, it's because I always play the battle and then record the replay afterwards. And then edit it into the video. Because I like being able to look around the battlefield without having to do all the... Because normally you play Total War from about this angle, don't you? Like, to be honest. And it's always fun to get down in amongst the action and see what's going on. Now, the Ushabti should be able to maul zombies in melee combat. That shouldn't be particularly difficult. They can open fire as they advance, and then we can club them to death in melee combat. Skeleton warriors dealing with the enemy skeleton warriors. And we should actually do quite well again. And the zombies are worse than skeletons, so we should do fine there. Because the missile damage they took on the advance probably didn't help. Meanwhile, Khalida is tanking a whole bunch of skeletons all by herself, but she's basically just creating a massive blob so that the Screaming Skull catapults can batter them from long range. Yeah, the Ushabti easily dispatching those zombies in melee combats. And our skeleton warriors are definitely winning the skeleton off. It's hot skeleton on skeleton action. It's going to be like a little bit meat on the bones. Then the zombies there, obviously doing... Well, I don't know why having meaty bodies makes you worse in combat, but no. Excellent. That's what we needed. Let us occupy that one. Of course, we've also got the mortuary cult. So we need to create canopic jars. Jars of organs. And then once we've done that, we can use them to craft, with trade goods as well. We can use those to craft magic items. Also, we get some regiments of renown and stuff. And also to increase our hero capacity. So that's quite nice. So we'll definitely be doing that in the future.
Lybaras shall rise again.
Yes. I'm tempted to go for open graves again, but more control, less corruption. I guess the problem is we're going to have vampiric. Well, it's not that bad, he says. I mean, more money sooner? It's only 100, but it'll add up, won't it? You know what? I'm going to go with money. I'm financially minded. So, we could get more canopic jars. That might be something to get... I mean, it's one of those things. I think replenishment would be a fairly good shout. You know what? I am going to go with replenishment just because I think it's going to be so important early on. Let's get another archer. Let's get a couple of Nehekara warriors because they're quite good. And then we'll fill up with just another swordy boy because they're free. They don't cost anything. We get as many as we want of them, so it's all good. One thing we have to be concerned about is attacks from the north. They might come and hit Lybaras. So we want to hit Rasatra, Marek, and then hit Lemire. I might go for Lemire first, because the sooner we take Lemire, the better. Maybe we don't do anything with Doomblade. Maybe we just assume Doomblade's going to fall. And then we just head straight for Lemire. Maybe we should have done that from the get-go, just gone straight for Lemire. Maybe I've erred. It'll be fine. Right. We're just gonna... Yeah, we're gonna go for Lemire, I think. I think that is the option.
The climate is irrelevant.
1789. So, we're going to march. Next turn, we're going to... Oh, fuck, you've already got like an army there. I mean, I think that's fine. I think we can deal with it. Let us get Jeff's Incantation of Cursed Blades. Fucking Jeff, what a guy. Well, yes, I mean, they would, because Jeff and Asaph are like... You can't see me, but I'm doing the crossed... They're like this, crossed fingers. I like... Thick as thieves, they are. Okay. I mean, you're mostly going to have zombies, so probably fine. So we can do that. That will fill our army up. We will hit Lemire, which... It's a reasonably nasty army.
Bring me
It's
Neferata.
fine. We got this. No one panic. We're going with very aggressive, but I think the problem is we'd get attacked from the north anyway, so we just end up chasing ourselves around. So I think going to be honest, maybe I should have just hit that army and then just headed not ignore Doomglade. It kind of feels like they're luring you south, but I actually think that going north is the much better option. Take the provincial capital. The provincial capital has defences. We've got the incantation of Toth. I mean, yeah, why wouldn't I? In which case, let us get rid of one of you. They're not going to have any big monsters, really, are they? He says. So we can get some artillery. Okay, and then we're going to lay siege to you, motherfucker. Now, the only slight problem is, I think they've got a fucking another army recruiting down here. They do. Oh my god, it's like, you might actually, you know what, you're going to be able to march on me, aren't you?
Attack!
You'll be out, oh no. Okay, I think we're just going to have to go in here. I don't think this is a good option, but I don't think we have any choice. They will march their army up here and throw everything they've got at us. Is that better or is it worse? Debatable? Okay, I'm just going to sit here. You know what? I'm just going to sit here. Wait, are you recruiting stuff? Let's check, because if so, that'll fit. No, you're not recruiting his stuff. Okay, I'm just going to see what happens. Oh, you didn't march your army up here, but you're coming at me anyway. I mean, that's pretty much the best thing that could have happened. Other than you just sitting in the city and slowly dying. Tell you what, that, what's it called? Probably should have checked before I started this, shouldn't I? Hang on. It's cask, hang on, we'll do this again, hang on. Wait for it. That casket of souls is going to come in clutch, because I need something that can deal a lot of damage to a whole lot of guys. Obviously, we've already got the Screaming Skull Catapult, which will help significantly, but we are a touch outnumbered, over 2-1. So, fortunately, I found a corner to camp in. No, I don't like doing it, but look, sometimes this game is an absolute fucker. And you just have to use every advantage that you've got. And unfortunately, this map is basically an open plain. So I'm going to fucking hide in a corner. I know. But if we didn't, the problem was they'd engage our front line and then just wrap around and tie up all our missile units, and then we'd lose, basically. That's just how that would be. Sitting in a little corner here means the enemy will focus themselves into a nice big blob, and then I can pound that with my artillery until I win. So already we're evening the odds somewhat. Now we're down to almost 2-1. That's good. Of course, first thing first, they're going to have these bats. The bats are probably going to try and engage our missile units, which is why I've got 2 units of Nehekara warriors held back in reserve. Also, when our front line starts to buckle, the Nehekaran warriors will be there to try and reinforce weak points. So yes, the Batties are trying to eat the Skeleton Horse Archers. I mean, I prefer that to the Archers. So thanks, I guess. We'll be doing a lot of damage to this left flank. You can see already our front line is starting to waver, the sheer number of enemies causing them to be a little bit concerned about their continued existence. Meanwhile, Khalida is engaging the enemy Vampire Lords. Count... I've got this Edward. It's basically Edward. Oh no, Khalida, you alright, love? Good gods. What the hell happened there? Who's winning this? It says... Jesus, Khalida keeps getting knocked on her ass. I'm sure it's fine. Okay, having dispatched the bats, the Nehekara warriors are reinforcing points in the line, and we are bombarding concentrations of enemy undead. See, we're getting a nice little heal there. Just continuing to pour on the fire. If we can take out the enemy general, then the enemy army should start to crumble. Okay, our boys are holding on for the moment, but oh, that's one lead. Thankfully, they're not demons who will instantly disintegrate as soon as they get sad. Oh, our warriors are rallying. It's good news. It's a good sign. It means things are evening up. I mean, we do have the balance of power is in our favour, in spite of the fact that they still outnumber us quite significantly. That enemy general needs to die. The fact that he's getting shot to pieces by the archers is good news. We just need to keep the pressure up on him. Oh, yeah, we're throwing in the Skeleton Horsemen to just shore up that line. We're also bringing in the Ushabti. I'm hoping we can concentrate the artillery on this blob here, backed up by the Ushabti charging into the rear. That might be enough to cause morale panic. Just need to keep the pressure up. There we go. That's going to help. Oh, yeah. They're crumbling. They're afraid. They're afraid. Oh, and the enemy general just died. He's gone down. Which means, yes, a lot of these guys are now super unhappy due to the general dying, being surrounded, and, of course, bombarded by artillery. Keep the pressure up. And there we go. The enemy army crumbles. Oof. I'll take that. Thank you very much. Cultist of Ursirian. Recovery time corruption reduction. Oh, Mary Hatmer's got that as well. We've got the thingy of Kassar, which is the sandstorm thingy, which is quite good. All right. We've taken the capital. Oh, Neferata's not in the game yet, I'm afraid. Ancient Tyrant. Oh my god, you got 3 skill points for that. Oh, I think we go that. And then Passage to the Soul Realm. Just because that replenishment. Oh, super good. Right, which of these is not complete shit? I guess that might be quite good for the Ushabti with bows. I don't really have any like AoE effects, which is, I mean, this one's okay. Incantation of Protection. Okay, I'm going to grab this, and I'm also going to grab the Restless Dead, because that does give us like a little heal. It's not very much, but 7 seconds of heals is better than no seconds of heals.
High Queen Khalida.
Okay, we've got access to some horsey boys. How much money do we have? Oof, enough for like 1 building. Is there anything that's going to change my life? You know what? I'm going to upgrade. I'm going to upgrade. Okay, so we could get... Oh, we could get a Tomb Guard. Oh yeah, we definitely want a Tomb Guard. Tell you what, let's merge the Bone Boys And you boys. And then we'll get rid of you. And we will get you. And you. I could get some skeleton horsemen, I guess. Yeah, I don't need them. Right. Now, we know they've got a little army growing down here. So we're going to go and kick the shit out of them. Also, I suspect Clan Modz is just to our north, so that's fun. Something we've got to keep an eye on. But we have the provincial capital. We've dealt with the main body of the enemy army.
The goddess wills it.
And we are going to not be lax. Do we just go for it? We don't need replenishment, do we? Because I've got all that replenishment and just don't need it. You know what I would like is extra defences, but we're going to save our pennies because I can't afford anything. Well, no, that's not true. I could afford stuff. I'm just not going to spend the money. I probably should. I need to... Who's to the south of us? Is that more rats? Oh, it feels like it's going to be more rats. Obviously, we've got Scarbrands to our west. There's some dwarves in them Bar Hills. Clan Modz to the north. We've got Crockguard to the south as well. Maybe he'll be a chill boy. You never know. Oh, you've run away. Alright, well, makes my life easy. Thank you for your house.
It's inevitable.
Oh, this is like its own little separate province thingy. Okay, well, public order's fine. Do I want to go with growth? I kind of do. I don't know, we're probably going to be able to hold this. Yeah, I'm going to go, let's build growth. Obviously, we've got the Books of Nagash as well. I did have a quick look at these before I started recording, and I'm going to be honest, the ones near us are fine. So the closest one is the Lost Plateau. That is the first book, so that gives us hero capacity for all heroes, hero action cost reduction, and action success chance, which is fine. And the 7th book, which is just up here, is Canopic Jars, 10 per turn, research 10%, which again is fine. Effectiveness of all commandments is kind of meh. Campaign line of sight over golden idols, marble, and gemstone resources, and income from trade tariffs is fine. Canopic Jars 250, Lord Recruit rank and wound recovery time, fine. The one we really want is probably this one, and of course it's the furthest one away, but that does increase the Tomb Guard with halberds and skeleton chariots by 5 and gives us army capacity. That's definitely probably the best book. The one if that starts off early next to you, then you know that's a real boost. But alas, that is not the case. So they are in random locations each time you start, so you never know. Ooh. More ammunition and missile strength? Yeah, okay. Actually, hang on. Aha! What have we got? Unending volley and reload time reduction. I mean, that's... We don't have a bone giant, so let's get Shadow of Lybaras. It's going to give Skelly Boys unending volley, which means that every 25 seconds, their ammo replenishes. Now, that's really good for some guys. Obviously, for our guys who only have 6, you don't have armor-piercing missile damage, and your missile damage is pretty low, so it's nice, but it's not like, you know, breaking or anything. The Ushabti, on the other hand, their missile strength is pretty high. That's pretty good, so anything that makes them have more ammunition. Not that you tend to run out, but, you know, there we go. I guess this is good, so I will get that. Now, Mr. Vampire there is currently taking attrition because he's a boob. With any luck, he will... I need to kill him. I don't want him wandering around retaking Marak if we move on, because of course we've only got the one army. So I can't garrison it with anything. A Tomb Prince, Necrotect and Lich Priest, enter your throne room. It's like the start of a joke, isn't it? What do I want? A Tomb Prince and Necrotect would be quite nice. Tomb Prince, I mean, we've already got a Lich Priest. I'm thinking a Necrotect. I'm gonna go Necrotect. What are you? What are you? You're wise. You get more canopic jars and recruit rank for the hero. Okay. I mean, it's not amazing, but it's not bad. Right, where did that... Oh, there you are. Fuck. Fuck.
Answer your queen. We fight.
What can you do? You can... Oh, actually, that might be useful. Although, well, that's marching, so I may be able... If I can block you, I can take your last settlement. You're already taking attrition damage. Probably our garrison's just not beefy enough to take that out, so we may lose Doomglades. Maybe. I'm assuming there's Skaven to our south. You could reach it. What I really don't want to do is just be chasing them around in a circle. Because that would be really irritating. How much is that? 323. Oh, so expensive. Okay, you did manage to block them. That's good.
Agrees. Attack!
I'm going to take this.
Kill for Asaf. My queendom expands. Lybaras shall
When do I
rise
get
again.
technology? 4 turns. When it gets 4 turns, I can then recruit another army, but this is kind of annoying.
Queen
They don't want to fight me. They just want to run around. Which is quite annoying. The reason I wanted a Necrotect is because you do get access to some of these bits, which do increase the... And also some of the Necrotect traits also give you access to more stuff, which is quite nice. Stone Shaper is armor and missile resistance. Wrath of the Creator. I mean, to be honest, we don't have... So I'm going to go mobility.
I am critic proof.
Are you? Okay.
begin.
Can you have a Priest of Petra? You definitely want it, because that increases your movement speed. Your campaign movement range, even. So, that seems good. We have no magic items. Oh, come on. It's great we've blocked him, because I don't want him going for Lybaras. Oh, I just don't really want to be chasing them around in a circle all the time. It's so irritating.
From the sands I shall strike.
You want a peace treaty. I'm half tempted to give it to you and then just jump you when you're not looking, but no. Yeah, apparently we're playing Ring Around the Rosie. Fantastic.
For Lybaras.
I could march to catch up with you.
Soldiers.
I hate them.
Yeah, me too. Okay, I'm going to get rid of the Bone Boy.
Is it hot?
Let's put you in here, because you will increase mobility, which hopefully means we might be able to catch... I mean, they can take Lybaras, and if they do, then we can hit them, but because they've got 2 armies wandering around, they are slowly dying. It's something. I want defences here so that they definitely can't take this. I mean, they can't take this anyway. The garrison's too good.
Focus.
I just wish the AI was a little bit more... Like, if it, rather than just doing this, running away from you, because this is them running away from you, right? They don't want to fight me. They're running away from you. I wish they'd just go, you know what, all right, it's a fair cop, and just give up, and just fight you, and just give you a nice big battle. Fuck it. Who cares? I've got plenty of other people to kill. Just suicide yourselves so I can have fun, for fuck's sake. Yes. I mean, what is this accomplishing, guys? I don't even know where that other army's gone. They may have just suicide. Oh no, they're down there. Okay, fine. Whatever.
Asap commands.
I bet you're just enough out of range that you will retreat and then...
The climate
Yeah.
is irrelevant.
Oh, yeah, no, you are just slightly out of range. Oh, for fuck's sake.
I'll have your soul.
Fine. Fine. I won't do anything there. There's no point repairing that.
This is my climate.
I love this game, but it's shit like this that really pisses me off. When you've got the AI just playing silly buggers. They don't... What? I mean... What's their strategy here? It feels like the strategy is just to piss me off. I mean, you're not going to do anything up there. You're dead. Your army's fucked. I will take the jars. Thank you very much. Okay, well, I'm just going to ignore you then. I'm just going to ignore you. Oh, there you are.
So it shall be. Asap smiled.
And I can reach you. Good! Right, you're dead. Fuck right off.
Vengeance.
I'm going to take the campaign movement range.
Mine will.
And then I'm going to march
Now
here.
we go.
Because this army ain't doing nothing. He can't take limit. I mean, he might march down and take Marak. If we take that, hopefully he won't have anything left. And in one turn, I can start recruiting another army.
The goddess wills it.
Which really would make this a lot easier. Anything that's going to give me more shooty powers. Something like that. I am going to get the protection. And you... I'm going to get restore.
Asap smiled.
Once Khalida's on a thingy-majig, or whatchamacallit, do I want gem mine? If I get gem mine, that will give me gems, which I could then potentially use. I could make an enchanted lapis mace. I could make... an enchanted lapis mace. I don't know if that's that worth it. It's probably not really that useful. Oh, Ushabti. We can get Ushabti though. That would be good.
Shall rise again.
Those boys are good boys. And we'll upgrade this as well. Because the Nehekara horsemen
Answer your queen.
are... Well, they're not good. But they're not bad-ish. They're middling. They're fine. They're alright. They're throwaway. They don't cost us anything. We don't pay them any money.
Come then.
Of course, you've recruited an entire stack.
Bring me Neferata's
I was like, can you do that in my territory? And the answer is yes. Okay, so if I take this.
I claim this.
Right, you no longer have anywhere to live. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to recruit a new boy. Anyone. I'm not that bothered. Scavenger? Yeah, you're in. Rupert. Rupert. The bear.
Is my throne ready?
Yeah, sure, whatever. Okay, let's give you some... I tell you what, have us some chariots and some bone boys. There you go. And as soon as global recruitment doesn't cost anything, have some more bone boys. Bone boys for all! And for all a good night. Could get another Necrotech. Could get Tomb King Rakar. Okay, the quickening is more reload time reduction. I mean, that'd be quite nice. Bone Edifice is missile strength. The skeleton. I mean, that's fine. Okay, we'll get the quickening. We'll get that first, I think. Okay, we've got 2 armies up. Ugh. It's something. Let's get evasion there. And you... Okay, when do you get this? Like rank 10. Okay, that's fine. I guess we'll grab this.
High Queen.
Oh god, that costs so much money to repair! I feel like one of the problems of the Tomb Kings is that, you know, agent actions and repairs are prohibitively expensive. Because, you know, for most normal factions, it's a pittance. But for Tomb Kings, it's a real gut punch, assuming you had a gut and you're not a skeleton. Because you make so little income that it's literally like, you know, 2-3 turns income just to do an agent action or repair something. Okay, you're laying siege to Lamia. Well, I don't necessarily think that's going to go great for you. Oh, I would... Oh. Dig elsewhere. Give me the money! Show me the money. Right. Ed, are you... Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, well, don't. If he wants to lay siege to it, he can lay siege to it.
High Queen Khalida. Your
I'm
queen moves.
coming for you. No, you can't recruit those. Okay, never mind. Just recruit a bunch of bone boys.
Scream.
What do you have? Where the fuck did you get a Terrorgeist from, you piece of shit? What the fuck? A Terrorgeist? What the hell? Get out of here! You can't have a Terrorgeist! A piss, did you pick that up? Fucking what? The fucking Terrorgeist! The shit! Right. Mercenaries. What's that going to... Hero action costs. Action success chance. I mean, that's good if I had any heroes.
Vengeance.
Spoilers. I don't. Come here, Edward! Right. I'm going to take your Terrorgeist and I'm going to ram it right up your ass. It's going to have to wait until next time, though. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next episode.